So as many of you know, I decided to leave active duty and go straight into the Navy Reserves back in 2017, and that I actually quit the Navy Reserves and just was like, forget that, not for me. But then I rejoined because I was like, that was a stupid decision. There's stuff that I need. Let me rejoin. So I wanted to make sure to tell you guys or talk to you guys about how to actually be successful. And yes, look, I did take notes. I have to take notes because I will forget. Anyway, so the first thing I will have to say is make goals. Know why you're joining the Navy Reserves. It's the same reason you join active duty, or the same reason you're doing anything else. Know why you join. Like if it's for medical, then okay, you know why you should stay. If it's for advancement in your career, learning a new job, a new trade, or anything like that, just remember exactly why it is that you joined and make goals. Make it a mission to reach those goals, because when you have a goal and you are doing just about anything, it's less likely for you to give up. You have an actual reason why you're there. Me, I was there because my my career counselor was basically like, yeah, I think it's a pretty good gig. I was like, okay, sounds good to me. So yeah, I didn't really have a goal. So definitely make goals. Okay, so number 2, know what's expected. This is a really good one on how you're going to be successful in the reserves, because when you're there and you're like, well, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what's the point of being there? Don't go. Don't be there. So if you know that it's going to be expected for you to, sorry for the noise, I'm outside. If you know that it's going to be expected for you to show up to muster at 0700, make sure you're ready for that. If you know that it's expected for you to make sure that you complete your courses, your online courses, your trainings on time. You know you're going to have to do your medical. Make sure that's good to go every year. Like, just know the basic stuff of what's going to be expected of you as you join or as you're in the Navy Reserves. Okay. Number 3, always be ready. Okay. What is one of the Navy slogans or whatever you want to call it whenever I ask you a question? You ready? Always ready. Always be ready. Stay on your stuff. Like, don't show up. Well, you have to show up, but don't expect that you're going to do good on the PRT when you're not even practicing at home for it. Like, you have 28 days usually to do whatever it is that you need to do, and it also includes staying fit. So stay fit and make sure you study for your exam and all of this stuff. So always be ready for whatever is coming up, and you know what's coming up because, like I said, you know what's expected. Okay, number 4, network. Make meaningful conversations with people. I'm telling you, like, the Navy Reserves is one of the best places to network with people. You get so many people with different experiences, different amounts of time in the military. Some people who have just went straight to the reserves, some people who have been in forever and a day in the active duty side, but then went into the reserve side. Some people came from a different branch, and then that's just talking about the military side of it. But what about the civilian side of it? Like, people are doctors and lawyers and teachers and tellers at banks. Like, you get the hookup. If you make connections and you start building relationships wherever you go, I mean, and to be honest, it's really just sitting down while you guys are waiting for something and saying, hey, what do you do? It's really just that simple, okay? So definitely make sure that you network with people. Number 5, ask questions. Look, you have to ask questions. That's not even an option, okay? Because then you get there and you're sitting around, or you're like, well, I don't know what to do here. On the active duty side, they do a lot of the stuff for you. But in the reserve side, and I'm sure if you watch any of these other videos that I've made, you'll know that I'm going to always stress, and that I've always said, is that you have to take control of your own career. Like, they're not going to do it for you. They're not going to hold your hand. You have that flexibility. And I was just talking to a sailor today, and just helping her to get educated about the reserves and things like that. And she was like, yeah, so you get the responsibility, or the flexibility comes with the responsibility. And I was like, absolutely. Like, that touched me right here, because I felt that. So if you want that flexibility that the Navy Reserves gives you to be as active as you want, as reserves as you want, you have to make sure that you're accepting that responsibility. You have to take on that responsibility and, ask questions. Basically, it's all of what I'm trying to say here. You have to do your part and ask questions. Don't act like, somebody was supposed to tell you. No, because you didn't ask questions, now you're behind, now you're caught up. So make sure you ask your questions. Okay, and the very last thing that I have, because I couldn't think of any more, number 7 is volunteer yourself. I'm sure we don't like to be voluntold to do anything, but the reason that it's important to volunteer yourself in the Navy Reserve specifically is because it gives you more control. It gives you more control of your career on what you do when you do it. For example, say, and this is not the case for everybody, but like I said, this is just an example. Say that you just left active duty and you have finished just follow me. You left active duty and you completed the 2 years. You had that 2-year break from being deployed. If you took it upon yourself to get or find some active duty orders for you to go on, you can bypass being voluntold to go somewhere that you don't want to go. That's just an example, and it's not like that for everybody. It's situational and all of this stuff. So, but take that. It happens. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So just make sure to volunteer yourself at any time during your training. So if it's drill weekend, if it's your annual training, if it's I don't know, like for example, for me, I did not want to do this, but 1, I needed the income, and 2, I'm pretty sure they were going to tell me I have to do it anyway. So I actually went and volunteered myself to get OC sprayed. So if people are watching this and you don't know what OC is, it's basically pepper spray. I'm an engineer. Engineers don't usually get OC sprayed on the ship anyway. Let me be specific, because I was with my unit and this is what happened. So I volunteered myself to take those orders, and it was good for me because now, I was actually kind of prepared for it, So, but like I say, even on the drill weekends, even if you're not with your actual unit, volunteer yourself on the drill weekends to do stuff. Like, I volunteered to be the community relations personnel for my unit at my NOSC, because you have like 2 units, one with your NOSC and one outside. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not really trying to explain, because we'll get into a big deep rabbit hole. But anyway, my unit with my NOSC, I volunteered myself to basically do extra stuff. 1, it was good for my evaluations. 2, that's something I like to do. So that's why I say, like, take control of your career. Like, this is yours. You have it by the reins. Like, you tell it to go left, you tell it to go right, straight, whatever, up, down, whatever. You tell it what to do. If you know you like something and you know that you have to do it anyway, or it'll be beneficial to your career, then make sure that you take advantage. Don't be rude, mean, nasty, bad or whatever, but take advantage of the situation so that the Navy wins and you win. So win-win. So those are the 7 ways that I have for you to be successful in the Navy Reserves. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I know that if anybody has emailed me already and I did not respond, be patient. I'm gonna get to it, promise. Don't really get too many emails, but I feel like that needs to be said. But like I said, feel free to reach out to me if you are going to be joining the Navy Reserves as a civilian. That's great. If you are in the active component side and you are joining the Navy Reserves, feel free to reach out and I will connect you to the right personnel so that they can give you all the information and help you through the process. So All of my information will be down in the description box, and remember to subscribe if you have not already. I don't really care too much about the bell at this point, but just make sure you subscribe, okay? It is nice always talking to you. Bye.